Hey guys! So today I want to talk to you about a movie called Misbehaviour. This movie comes out in select theaters as well as digital online video on demand tomorrow, September 25th. And you can get it on Amazon. I'll put that link down below. You could also get it on VOD. And I'm excited to talk to you about it. Let's give you my review. Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Okay, guys, so this movie is about a group of women who decide to protest a beauty pageant, the Miss World pageant. Now, this is actually based on a true story, true happenings, and that always tends to get me, especially at the end. They show the real people, and that always, it makes me teary, it makes me tear up. I just cried watching the end of this movie just now, but I've got to say, I love when they do that. I love when a movie brings a real story to light, you know, especially like right now. This is something that's crazy because there's protests, you know, when we have protests going on in the world right now, especially in this country. So it kind of hits close to home, you know, and there's even a little bit of racism in it. It's a lot more towards women. It's a lot of a women's movement, of course, to get rid of I mean, you know, come on, the way people look at women and the beauty pageant and the sexualization of women. But it also focuses a lot on the African-American women. They talk about, I think the guy says, and this is not me, this is not my words. They have a white woman coming in from South Africa, and they're upset and they want to have a black woman coming in as well. And he says, like, we'll get a white and we'll get a colored or something like that, which is awful. I even was like, oh, did they just like say that? That was bad that they did that, but I get why, right? They're showing that the times and whatever. So they have, you know, that's kind of what it's about, and it's just so, I'm trying to not give like spoilers, although I mean, it's a true story, so you probably know what happened, or if you did know what happened. But it's this. A lot of the acting is really, really good. I mean, Keira Knightley is the star. She's phenomenal. She's amazing. I also really enjoyed Jessie Buckley, which it was funny because I was sitting there watching this movie, going, who is that? Like, where do I know her from? Duh, it's the girl from I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which I really liked, even though I didn't really get it, and I had to read the book, and then I got it, and then I liked the movie even more, although I do prefer the book. But if you haven't seen that review, you can check that out on here as well. But yeah, Misbehaviour, it comes out tomorrow. It's a lot of the cast is really good. The guy who plays Bob Hope, Greg Kinnear, he just, it wasn't great in that role. Could have been better. Or could have picked a better choice. I'm not sure. It kind of fell flat for me. I felt like his performance should have stood out more, and it didn't, unfortunately. But there were some cringe-worthy moments, which I think is what they were trying to do. Like, the women are all on stage, and they say, there's two sides to every woman, turn around. And, like, you know, all the women turn around and just stand there with their backsides facing the audience for, like, way too long, to the point where it gets cringy, which is, I believe, the point, right? They want people to go, oh, that's like, okay, yeah, this is like too much. Like, all right, you're trying to say like this is a beautiful woman, but like, come on. They take their measurements and they submit their measurements, and they have to like, they call them out when they call it their names. They call it their measurements, which is crazy to me. I mean, we still deal with the oversexualization of women. Let's be honest here. Maybe I'm crazy in thinking that, but I think that that's kind of the truth. And we're still dealing with trying to get women complete equal rights, let alone African Americans complete equal rights. So it's just absolutely insane to me how relevant this is, but at the same time not relevant. This may not be my favorite movie, but I thought it was important to watch. And I feel like it did its purpose. It delivered. It showed what women were going through at the time, and some women are still going through. I really liked Keira Knightley's character's relationship with her mother, because her mom just basically kept telling her to like stop, and she was putting makeup on Keira Knightley's daughter, and Keira Knightley didn't like that, and she's like, you used to always play Miss World, and what's wrong with it? And she's like, Mom, like, you couldn't even get birth control without Dad's help. You couldn't get a bank loan. And the mom's like defending it. She's like, that was one bank, that was one doctor. But, you know, the relationship with them really evolves, and I don't want to give too much away, but I do really enjoy their relationship, their back and forth, and that arc that they go through. I thought all of the acting was phenomenal. except for, like I said, Greg Kinnear. Everybody else was really great in their role. I liked how we saw the perspective from the women in the pageant, and then we saw the perspective of the women who were boycotting and protesting against the pageant. So we saw that the women here are just trying to, the ones in the pageant, most of them are not, doing it just for fun. Like, they don't think it's fun for the men to be ogling over them. They're thinking, I can get money, I can get in, ahead in my career. The African American women are saying, I can show other girls like that that they're pretty. If I win this, if I go up there and if I win, or if I even get in the top 3, little girls that are the same color as me are going to look up and go, oh, like I am beautiful. And it's so sad that you have to think that. And it's so sad that kids don't have that all kids don't see representation. And I think it proves how important representation is, especially, like I said, with what we're going through right now. So it hits really close to home. I really do think it is more than worth a watch. It is not perfect. I give it a 3.5 out of 5, but it's good. It's entertaining, and I think it serves its purpose. It shows what it wants to show. It's maybe a little too fun, considering what it's supposed to show. I think, like I said, there are some cringeworthy moments, but maybe they needed to push the envelope a little bit further here and there. But like I said, also, too, at the end, I love that they show the actual real women that went through this. Which was a lot touching, I should say. But it was good, and I enjoyed it. It was not fantastic, but I had a good time watching it. Maybe too much of a good time. I feel like I should have been a little more cringed out. Gugu Mbatha Raw, she plays a very strong character, and she headbutts a little bit with Keira Knightley, her character, which I really liked, actually. And I like that she stands up for, this is the reason I am in this beauty pageant. I do not want to be looked at as a piece of meat. I get it. But, like, I have my reasons, and you need to respect my reasons. And I really appreciated that. And, again, like I said, I really, really like the two different sides of it. I feel like we saw a lot. We saw the depth of it. We saw the men being disgusting, basically. They really were, I'm not going to lie. The people putting on were like, well, if they're not in this range, And then the woman who's helping says, well, it's not just about beauty is skin deep. We also talk some about this. And the guy's like, and swimsuits. And it's like, come on, you're gross. Like, just don't. That's disgusting. I highly recommend watching this movie. Again, it's not perfect, but, we don't have a lot of entertainment right now. You can spare the time. It's less than 2 hours. And I think it proves its point. It might be a little too fun, maybe not enough cringe, but it still proves its point, and it's based on a true story, so it's interesting. And that's all I got to say about that. Let me know if by the time you got to this review, you've seen it. Let me know what you think down below. If you haven't seen it yet, let me know your thoughts. Are you planning on seeing it? Are you going to skip this one? Let's talk about it down below in the comments. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. And of course, you can always follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Mama's Geeky over there. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. Bye.